Hello and welcome to the Flix Forum podcast, where each episode we go back and we look at a Netflix original film in the order of release. Today we have Netflix 419th film from 2021. It's the supernatural comedy called Afterlife of the Party. This one's directed by Stephen Herek and stars Victoria Justice, Midori Francis, Timothy Renouf, Adam Garcia and Spencer Sutherland. I'm Jesse, I'm your host. Thank you for joining me today for this Netflix original film. As always, if this is a film that you haven't seen yet and you're interested in checking it out, give us a pause and come back a little bit later on because I'm going to spoil this film as we go. We do start our show with the Fast Flicks, where we do a quick little summary of what the film is all about. So this one's about a girl who dies after a birthday party but has the chance to redeem herself before the afterlife. There we go. This is like we sort of said at the start, I guess, and you can probably tell from the title, Afterlife Party. This is a bit of a redemption sort of film, and we're probably going to talk about that as we get into how this ended up on Netflix. And the tagline for this film is, she's got one more chance to fix the life she left in pieces. So there we go. That ties in as well. And on Netflix, their logline is, Cassie's having the worst 25th birthday week ever. For one thing, she died. And that's only the start. Victoria Justice stars in this heavenly comedy. Oh, there we go, very sweet. And then while you're watching, Netflix's other logline for this, it includes the main character's name again, but it says, Cassie lives to party until she dies in a freak accident. Now this social butterfly needs to right her wrongs on Earth if she wants to earn her wings. There you go, that pretty much tells you the whole story. This is about a girl who has been rude, been mean, been horrible in life, and she's given the chance to fix some relationships that she hasn't been too good at. The translations around the world. There are so many different titles around the world. In Spanish, this is called Beyond the Party. In Portuguese, it's called Extending the Party. A little bit weird. French, it's called A Deadly After Party. Yes. Croatian, The Soul of the Party. In German, it's Is There Life After the Party? Sure. Hungarian, You Got Another Chance. That's perfect. In Japanese, how to start a party like Afterlife, sure. Polish, After Soul, yes. Romanian, The Soul of the Eternal Party, there we go, that's all right. In Russian, Life After the Holiday, no. In Chinese, it's called Party Girl Ascension, yes. Korean, Party People All the Way to the Afterlife, sure. Chinese, The Ascension Journey of a Social Queen, I like that one, that's very good. In Turkish, A Leopard Never Changes Its Spots. No, because the whole idea of the film is her changing her spots if she was a leopard to prove herself that she's a good person. In Arabic, it's called The Other Party, and Vietnamese, it's called The Soul of the Party. There we go. Some good translations. We go to October of 2020, where it was announced that Victoria Justice and Midori Francis would star in the film, directed by Stephen Herek for Netflix. Principal photography began on October 21, 2020 and concluded on the 6th of December 2020 in Cape Town of South Africa. The film was then released on the 2nd of September 2021 by Netflix, and a week later, on the 7th of September, Netflix announced that it was the most popular film on the platform based on its ranking system. The same day that the film premiered, a soundtrack EP was released by Spencer Sutherland and Victoria Justice, who both starred in the film, and they also wrote some songs, I believe, on this soundtrack. So, as I said before, this hit Netflix on the 2nd of September 2021. It was filmed in Cape Town, South Africa, and it was put on that Renouf stamp narrative and animated feature list for 2021. So, no other awards recognition there. Let's have a chat about what the critics and audiences are saying about this film. On Rotten Tomatoes, this sits at 59% on 17 reviews. That makes it rotten because it needs to be 60 to be fresh. So very close, borderline there. Audience has it a bit higher at 71%. That's on more than 100 ratings. So positives there. IMDb on 12,000 ratings, 5.8 out of 10. So that is okay too. Letterboxd 2.5 out of 5 on nearly 22,000 ratings. But it's been logged by 33,000 people. And on Metacritic, the traffic light system of red, yellow, and green. Green obviously being good. There's no critics they haven't got the critics on there yet, but the audience, there's 9 reviews there. It's green. It's a 6.9 out of 10. So there we go. Some positives. Maybe some fans of Victoria Justice and Spencer Sutherland. My early thoughts. What am I thinking about this one? It's sugary. It's sweet. It's kind-hearted. It starts off pretty slow, but it picks up its pace. It's nothing amazing, but it's a family film. It's something that could be watched with the family, sort of, I'd say like 10 to 13-year-olds, that this could be that market range for this film. I think it's got a PG rating, so there's nothing risque in this film at all. It's there to tell a good moral. Let's talk about the characters in this film. So Cassie, I mentioned Cassie before in Netflix's logline, but Cassie's this social butterfly who's addicted to social media and what people think about her. And the film is her journey about learning this isn't what really matters in life, but it's more about the connections that you have with people. So this is her story. She's a pretty horrible character to start off with, and we'll probably talk about that soon as well. Lisa is Cassie's best friend. They've been best friends since childhood. She's the opposite. She's ambitious to Cassie. She's got goals. She's sick of Cassie being so superficial, and she's career driven. She's a paleontologist. She loves dinosaurs, but she doesn't have the confidence that Cassie has, which again proves that they're the complete opposites almost, and she'd rather stay at home than go out and party like Cassie, those types of things. So it's very hard to work out why they're still friends, to be honest. Yes. The other characters in this film, Val. So Val is this British almost guardian angel who comes along in the afterlife to support Cassie in ensuring that she gets above this middle line. Instead of going below, she gets to go up above. And they never actually mention heaven or hell, but obviously that's what they're relating to. They've tried to take away any religious connotations to this. Max, he's the next door neighbor to Cassie and Lisa in their apartment block, and the moment that the girls go past him, Lisa's impressed with him, and as soon as she lays her eyes on him, he's a music producer, so he's got the ability for the girls to connect with their favorite artist, who is this Coop guy, which won't get much of a mention, but Max he's just this blabbering sweet bloke. There's not a poor moment from him in this film. The other characters that I'll mention, so Cassie, she's got to fix things, right? So she's got to fix things with her friend Lisa, and she's got to fix things with her parents. So Howie's her dad. He was left by her mother early, so he needed to raise Cassie by himself, and he did the best he could, but Cassie saw this as him being overprotective, so she never gave him any time or any credit for any of this, and since Cassie's passing, the moments we see of him, he's lost all his passions, and his house is a mess, and apparently he likes putting his yoga posts on social media, so again, that's something that he's stopped, and that's a sad thing. Sophia is Cassie's mother, who walked out on her and Howie, and she's got a new family, a new kid. She's got regrets about this. We see this through Cassie trying to rekindle with her, and the daughter Morgan, which is Cassie's stepsister, can see Cassie as a guardian angel, so that's an interesting little side thing they put in this film. Last couple of characters, M.A., the owner of a bakery. She helps fill the void in Lisa's life when Cassie's left. And Coop is this musician who's meant to be hot that Cassie likes. There we go. That's it. The director. This is interesting here. Stephen Herek, 35 directing credits. First feature was Critters back in the 80s. He did Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Don't Tell Mum the Babysitter's Dead, The Mighty Ducks, The Three Musketeers, the live-action 101 Dalmatians, Holy Man with, was it Eddie Murphy? Man of the House. He's done episodes of Hawaii Five-0, MacGyver, the Rush Hour television show, as well as a Netflix original film in 2024 called Our Little Secret that stars Lindsay Lohan. So this is a big-name director. But obviously looks like to be doing more Christmassy type streaming originals now rather than the big Hollywood films. Let's talk about some scenes. What worked, what didn't work in this film. The things that worked, there's a couple of moments. So Cassie falling in the bathroom and smacking her head on the toilet, dying. That was funny. It made me laugh. Beach Boys music being used as an emotional connection between Cassie and her father. I liked that. I liked Lisa going to see the cafe owner, M.A., saying, I need an exorcist. I thought that was funny because she's trying to get rid of this ghost version of Cassie. Max as a character, there's a moment where he's bidding on eBay for a VH version of Labyrinth, the film. I don't know, I just like that reference. Cassie and Lisa, they're on her bed at one stage, and Cassie's crying about it being Lisa's time to shine and not being about Cassie, and how sad she is that she won't get to see Lisa be successful or see her kids or her wedding or her life. That was sad. That was a nice tender moment. Again, the last few things at the back end of the film, there are some nice tender moments. It was nice to see Cassie's mum and dad make up about their connection over her, and the ceremony at the end by the water with the lanterns. It's almost like a year on since Cassie's passing, and everyone that's close to her are getting together to remember her, and the dad remembers the song, the Beach Boys song, and Lisa sings along, and then dad sees the Afterlife version of Cassie. It got some tears in me that moment. That was quite tender and nice. What didn't work? The first 10 minutes, I was ready to give up. It was just bad. The girls walk past this closed bakery in the opening scene, and there's so much focus on it. It made it so obvious that this bakery was going to be important. The whole argument between Lisa and Cassie in the street, it just made me hate Cassie so much, and made me question what I was watching and how I could support or want to see the progression or change of a character when she's so horrible to start with. The idea of Cassie getting a wardrobe change from Val, her guardian angel, whenever she wanted it, that was just lame. There's a scene that wasn't really needed. Raj is this co-worker of Lisa who's challenging her for the promotion at work. That was just rubbish. There's this scene in the Angel's Den where there's all these people in the afterlife that are tracking who's trending when they're trying to redeem themselves. That was ordinary. Cassie's dad seeing his place cleaned up, so Cassie goes and cleans it up for him to try and get him out of his rut, and he verbalizes out loud, "Oh, is this a hint from the universe?" Like, really, there were so many moments that in this film you just have to release your reality, because of it's almost like the characters were having soliloquies between themselves just so Cassie could hear what they were saying. Lisa says she has to wear earpods so people don't think she's talking to herself when the ghost version of Cassie is around. I laughed because if you can't pay the rights or pay Apple to say AirPods, just say headphones. It was just lame. The whole music video clip scene with that, what did I say, coupe. I mean, it was just over the top and went on, and it was so they could get some original music in from these two stars that apparently, from Nickelodeon and that type of thing. But I don't know, it just didn't work. And I guess even though there was a follow-up with Val pulling Cassie out of the music video clip and blocking her from getting close with this coupe guy, that was okay. The whole redemption with Cassie's mum by getting Lisa to communicate with her and then Cassie cracking it at Lisa over taking over the conversation, it just felt rubbish. And for the follow-up later on of Cassie holding her mum's hand saying that she forgives her, it's the weakest part of the plot. There was no redeeming qualities between the mother and her. And the final scene of Cassie going to heaven, and she's in this elevator with her crush, this coupe guy, because he died in a disaster relief area and Val had decided to put them together. It was just an ordinary way to end the film. Anyway, what's the film trying to say? Some themes, some ideas. Obviously, friendship. The idea of friendship, it plays throughout this film. The importance of it, even if you have disagreements and fights, it's important to make up because friends will always be there for you. The idea of doing good, if you believe in the afterlife, you'll have a good time if you follow these ideas or these morals, and making up for your mistakes and having a second chance and taking advantage of those second chances. You've got to enjoy life while you can, make the most of it. Yes, everyone is busy, but that's not an excuse to be unkind to the people that are closest to you. This is a very literal motif in your face, but the idea of finding that missing puzzle piece, the piece of the puzzle that's missing, and reconnecting to ensure that everything is whole. Spending time with people you actually care about rather than that fake idea of who you're not on social media. You've got to chase your dreams, go after what you want, and learning from what you can't see and connecting to your past too is super important. What else did I take away from this film? I guess don't get so drunk and hungover that you smack your head on a toilet and die. There you go. That's the message. That is my message from this film. Don't get so hungover that you're so crook in the morning that you end up smacking your head on and dying. I can't remember if she smacked her head on the toilet or on the basin. Whatever it was, don't do that. IMDb. We sometimes jump onto IMDb to check if there's any of the cast that we recognize. This coupe artist guy that Cassie's obsessed with, I had to look up who Spencer Sutherland plays him. I had to look him up to see who he was. So he's a pop R&B artist that I'd never heard of, but apparently he was on the UK version of The X Factor, which I find interesting, seeing as he's American. So interesting. I've never heard of the guy. Anyway, some questions, some pondering, some thoughts, some ideas. I've got to put it out there. The idea that you can make your dad's day by liking one of his social media posts, I don't know, that just didn't land very well. But Morgan, this stepsister, who's the father? Why was he not a part of Cassie's mother's life in this film. Like, why was he just not in the background at least? I don't know. I thought that was weird. Cassie as a character, I mentioned it frustrated me at the start about how mean and horrible she was. If she's like this for so long, why had her and Lisa persisted with this friendship? I didn't understand that. There's a scene where there's this whole scene about dogs being able to see the afterlife people and animals being open to the spiritual world. That's a big scene, but there's no follow through. It didn't mean anything to the plot later, so that could have easily been cut. I'm just thinking back on that, and I think every time Cassie went to see her mum, the mum just happened to be in a park playing with her kid. They must really like that park. That's all I can say, because yeah, I don't know. I give up. Anyway, I'm ready to wrap this one up. We give the film a rating out of 5 on this show. For me, like, the start, it was super ordinary. It really threw me off, because I really couldn't care if Cassie redeemed herself. I guess she did with 2 out of the 3 people she needed to in this film. And the third act did get me in a few places emotionally, so it's not a complete fail, but it's just such a mishmash of a film. But I'm giving it a 2.5 out of 5. Right in the middle there. Nothing too great, nothing too bad. We've got socials, we've got Instagram, we've got Facebook, and we've got X, formerly known as Twitter. The question that I wanted to ask is, do you think humans can communicate with animals? Is this something that dogs or cats actually listen and understand what we're saying, or are they trained just to understand certain words? I'm intrigued. Do you know a dog whisperer or a horse whisperer? Let me know in the comments. Other than that, we're back next week. Next week, we have an international film from 2021. It's a Swedish romantic drama called JJ plus E, or in Swedish, it's Vinterviken. It's directed by Alexis Armstrong and stars Magnus Krepper, Marika Lagerkrantz, and Simon Meza. So there we go. No idea about this one. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. Here we go. Give it a watch if you can before next week. Other than that, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you then.